Hey y'all, Ramdino here, coming at you from rainy North Carolina once again. Welcome to the April 14th Appalachian Trail 2019 Thru Hiker Update. This is a place where a lot of folks come to get their update on where the thru hikers are going, where they're at, who's out there on the trail, who's not out there on the trail, who's going to be starting the trail, and what's going on the trail. It's also a place a lot of folks come and look at my adventures on the Appalachian Trail, gear videos, and other information I've got. But the big thing we're doing right now is we're trying to build the hiker community around the thru hiker community so that we can go and make comments on their Facebook or blog page or whatever page they got going on right now, YouTube, what have you, and make comments and help keep them in the hunt, help keep them on the trail, help keep them jacked up on their way to Katahdin or on their way to Springer or anywhere in between. So the best way you can do that is go down here and either hit this subscribe button and hit the bell to get your notifications each week, or you can go and hit my face at the end of this video and subscribe to this channel. And then you can go to my Facebook page at Ramdino Roaming the Trails, and you can go there and you can find the complete list of hikers that we are following right now. We've got over 200 there of links that you can go to and follow everybody that you want to, anybody and everybody, all of them or just a few of them. But whatever you do, please go and follow some of them and keep them pumped up, keep the comments flowing to them, keep the good comments flowing to them, and let's keep them in the hunt, keep them all the way to wherever their destination is, be it no bow, be it so bow, or be it flip-flop. So let's go ahead and get on with what's going on the trail out there. We'll start with the descriptions like we do every week. So this week for current registrations, no bow, we have up from 2,066 of last week. We have registered no bow 2,240. And flip-floppers were up from 118. We're now up to 133. And SOBO we're up from 128 to 144. So last week we had a total of 2,307 folks register for the trail, and this week we've got over 2,517. And 302 of those folks were stepping off Mobo from Springer this past week. So there's a lot of wear and tear on that trail starting out at Springer. And 32 of them will be starting from Springer tomorrow, with 9 of them starting as flip-floppers tomorrow. So that's a lot of folks starting on the trail tomorrow. A lot of shelters, a lot of camping sites going to be just completely inundated. So wish y'all the best, and we'll go to your channels and vlogs and blogs, and we'll be keeping y'all commenting and pumped up all the way. So appreciate you. We don't have any new vloggers or bloggers this week, so that's kind of run its course of people that are adding. If you'd like to be added to our list, please let me know by either commenting here in this YouTube video or by going to my instant message and I am and me over on my Facebook page at Ramdino Roaming the Trail, or my Instagram page at just simply Ramdino. Send me a message with your contact information there and what your link is to your channel or your blog or vlog, and we'll be glad to add you to this list. Also, if you're a vlogger or blogger, please go and take a look at that over on my Facebook page and make sure that we have included you there, and make sure that we've got that right so people can go and find you. Okay, well, the weather report for this upcoming week. If you're out there on the trail right now, you know that there's plenty of rain out there today and tonight. It is going to be clearing out today. Sometime around 4 o'clock it'll get better, but until then it looks like it's going to be pretty bad. And right now, when I filmed this video at around a little after noon, there was some big time storms heading up through North Georgia and on up through southern North Carolina on the trail. And I saw videos of a lot of folks that were hunkered down at Carter Gap Shelter. So if any of you guys are seeing this, you probably need to stay there to on into the morning when it's supposed to be a better day for hiking tomorrow. But you've got some significant thunderstorms and even some lightning embedded in those coming your way. So folks up in northern Georgia, I would suggest that wherever you're hunkered down now, you just kind of stay there. Rest of the week, so is looking pretty good. We've got folks that are just starting the trail. It looks like it's going to be really good. The temperatures are moderated, so the high is going to be in the mid-70s. And even in Franklin, Damascus, and around Charlottesville, Virginia, you're going to have the same with the highs in the mid-70s. Not a lot of rain coming up this week until later in the week, sometime around Friday. And daytime temps are going to be in the mid-70s, with nighttime temps going to be in the 40s and 50s. If you're a little further north, up in Harper's Ferry, you're going to have rain, of course, a little bit today, and then rain on Friday like everybody else. And your daytime temps are going to be in the 60s and 70s, and nighttime's about the same with the 40s and 50s. So looks like it's going to be a great week for hiking after today. So folks, just stay hunkered down, and you'll be rewarded with a great week until around Friday sometime. Hikers on the trail that we're following, that we've got updates for, and these are folks that have pushed their notifications to me through my Facebook page and the IM system there. If you'd like to be included in this and like to be included as being updated once a week, then just simply send me an IM to my Facebook page, and we'll make sure that we get you included in this next update. But for this update, we got Hulk. He's doing a yo-yo, and he is somewhere north of Harper's Ferry around Buchanan. So he says he was bag tag number 314 when he left Amicalola, and he's number 9 now when he reached Harper's Ferry. So he is hammered down on his yo-yo all the way up at the top, and at this rate, he might even catch the 2018 Thru hikers. Or as a minimum, he might actually beat some subos back to Springer. So Hulk, we're impressed with what you're doing, and keep it up. Underdog, he did a YouTube video live from McCabe's Knob. We appreciate that. That was very interesting. He is hitting the roller coaster sometime about now. So, Underdog, keep on trucking, buddy. Rachel with Hiking with Air, she is through the Smokies. She's taking a 0 in Gatlinburg, and she is going to be reunited with Arrow, and they're going to get back together, and they are going to be having a good old time heading on as they head toward Hot Springs and then on up to Damascus. And so we look forward to following you as you continue your trek there, Hiking with Air. AOL, she's coming in the Roan Mountains Highlands, and she says her IT band issue is improving, and she has learned some techniques for stretching that out, some exercises. So that's doing better, and she's just learning how to manage and power through that pain. So keep powering on, AOL. The Factors, they're through the Smokies, and they're on their way to Hot Springs in the next day or so. JFF Hester, he made it to the Knock, and he's going to take about a week off the trail to go be a best man in somebody's wedding, and then he's going to be back on the trail. Wrong Way, he's north of Harper's Ferry. He spent a few nights in D.C., and he's going to be back on the trail in the next day or so. Jeffro Bodine, he's been slack packing around the Irwin, Tennessee area and hiking with some guys from Warrior Hikes, which is an organization to help combat veterans returning from war to kind of decompress and kind of get back into society. And he also mentioned that he had met a lot of people that were kind of doing the trail a little different ways. A lot of people that were slack packing their way as far as they could, and they were spending a lot of money on shuttles, but they were just shuttling back and forth from trailhead to trailhead. And he even met some folks that had multiple vehicles that they were park them on a northern trailhead, and then they would hike south and get in their car and do the whole thing all over again. So those are some different ways that folks are doing the trail this year, so we appreciate that, Jeffro Bodine. Thanks for the heads up on that. GPAC and BPAC, they started April 10th, and they on their way to Dix Creek Gap. MN Hiking, they are in the Smokies and say that the shelters have been maxed out with 10 to 20 set up, with sometimes 35 folks tents set up in one shelter area over a few nights ago. So not a great time if you're a section hiker to be in the Smokies. So certainly you've got if you're a section hiker, you got just as much validity to be there as through hikers, but probably not a great time to be there because the shelters right now, as the bubble's moving through, probably over the next month or so, are going to be jam-packed. Two Knees and Ramblin' Rose should be in Franklin by now. Artemis, she crossed over 400 miles and says she's lost over 40 pounds. So way to go, Artemis. You are doing a great job and getting in shape in the meantime. Seeing a great part of the country and getting in shape. Who could ask for more than that? Pork Chop, he's north of Pearisburg, somewhere around mile 700, and he seems to be really thriving on the trail. Wonder Women, they're north of Marion. Amy and John, they have crossed over Albert Mountain. They're probably in Franklin or maybe even on their way to the Knot from Winding Stair Gap by now. Amy mentioned that she's been having some problems with the campsites being full, and they've had to strategically plan where they're going to camp. Maybe a couple times they had to camp a little short of where they were going to make sure that they got into camp early enough to get a campsite, place to set up. So we appreciate the heads up with that, Amy. And Fresh Ground, his last known was at Dickey Gap near Damascus, and so he's probably heading north in the next day or so from there. Hikers starting next week. All of our No-Bow folks have that we have tracked have started, and right now we are got a few flip-floppers that are started, but we are waiting on the southbounders to start. So they'll be starting probably in the next couple months. News from the trail, Station 19E over in Roll Mountains says that they are maxed out, and the hostels around there are being maxed out with folks, so we know we're right in the middle of the bubble there. We kind of expected that, and that's going to be moving on north. And speaking of Roll Mountain, Hikerpalooza is coming up on May 4th in Roll Mountain, Tennessee, where they're going to have things like food and music and food and Odie with the AT Hiker yearbook, food, craft beer, cornhole tourney, and did I mention food? So that's coming up May 4th in Roll Mountain, Tennessee. And then, of course, Trail Days is going to be in Damascus, which is a small festival of about 10,000 folks of your best hiking buddies, and that's May 17th to the 19th. So I'll be going up for an overnighter up there to Trail Days, so look for me up there. Love to get together and talk with you. Get together if you're a thru hiker or even upcoming for 2020 thru hiker. I'd like to get with you, interview you, and just talk about how things are going and how the trail is or what you're doing to get ready for the trail. Don't forget our Hikers Helping Hikers section down there. We'll leave you all the links for those hikers that are helping hikers and how you can go and help other hikers that are out there. And lastly, the Trail Magic Notice Central. Flip Lewis starts his Trail Magic on Monday, which will be tomorrow, and he'll be running it till the end of the season. Don't know exactly what the date is, but that's up at Front Royal, and that's at mile marker number 971.3. So look for Flip somewhere around there. I think he's going to have a trailer set up with all kind of Trail Magic food and goodies and stuff like that. Also coming up toward the end of this month, I'll be taking my trip from moving on north, and I'll be doing a section hike from the Knot to Fontana. So look for that video coming up in the next probably 4 to 5 weeks. Till then, that's all I got for you. As always, appreciate you, and we'll see you out there.